When we profess our faith in the Apostles' Creed, there's a line where we say, Jesus died. After he died, he descended into hell, and then on the third day he rose again from the dead. And so what is this place that we refer to as hell here? It's not the hell of the condemned. It's this place that's described in the gospel here. The underworld, also known as Sheol or Hades, the place of the dead. Everyone who dies had gone to this place because it was not possible yet for people to go to heaven, since Jesus had not died and risen from the dead and opened the gates to heaven. But we see there's a slightly different outcome for those two, the rich man and for Lazarus. It's the rich man did not give Lazarus anything when he was on earth, even though he probably begged for something from his table. And now here in the next life, the rich man is begging Lazarus just to give him a drop of water to cool his tongue. And he doesn't receive it. And so the words of Jesus are, the measure with which you measure to others will be measured to you. And the way that we give and share of ourselves and show love to others will be what we receive in return in the next life. The question of this gospel then is, do we live for ourselves or do we live for others? We know that we won't be fulfilled unless we find love, unless we're able to love. In the book of Genesis, it says we are made in the image of God, and so that tells us our purpose in life, because God is love. And so we're made to love and to be loved. The Lord goes further and says in the book of John, the letter of John, whoever says I love God but hates his brother is a liar. How can we say we love God whom we haven't seen when we don't love our brother whom we have seen? Our love for God is tied up, it's bound together with our love for our brothers and sisters, for our neighbors, and even our enemies. We recognize that to not show love, to not be caring for others, means we are closing our heart to them in some way. We become hardened in showing love to them. And the torment that this rich man is experiencing is that condition that results, the torment of no longer being able to love, nor receive anyone's love for us. Perhaps we know someone who is trapped in this prison of the lack of love or the hard-heartedness. Perhaps they are loved ones from our own family that we wish to show love to and show how much we care for them and how much Jesus cares for them, but they refuse to receive it, preferring their own isolation or anger or fear. This happened with Jesus and the people of Jerusalem. When he came up over the brow of the hill, he saw the city of Jerusalem laid before him, and he wept. He said, Jerusalem, I long to gather you to myself, like a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, but you refused. The rich man says, at least send Lazarus to warn my brothers. And it sounds like when Abraham responds that he's not going to answer his prayer. He says, let them listen to Moses and the prophets. But there was a man who came back from the dead at the time of Jesus, and his name was Lazarus. Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. And Jesus himself came back from the dead. He conquered death by his own resurrection and promises resurrection to those who believe in him. It helps us recognize that love is stronger than death. And God is love. Jesus is God. So we pray today for the grace from this gospel. Lord, break down the walls of our resistance to your love. Break down our selfishness, our lack of care for others, our fear, our resentment, or our anger, or our hard-heartedness. Give us new hearts. Take from us our hearts of stone and give us hearts of flesh, capable of loving as you love.